Well, hello. I am in the car. I just arrived at my dad's house because it's my job. I've given it myself this job to stage the house because they will be selling. So I was a realtor for 10 years, not just a pharmacist for 23, not just a dog walker, not just Hallmark lady, whatever. But anyway, so got a lot of jobs. But so I'm trying to stage and get things done little by little so that after Christmas, because we're going to be spending Christmas there at the house one last time, trying to get decorations up and stuff too. But I had posted the day I went to Sidell's. Well, actually, I went to Bellagio to check out the Christmas decorations. And I had a friend of mine, daughter, meet me there because we went on Saturday, and that was the day that we were going to have my mom's celebration of life. So she got the day off, and I haven't seen her in a while. So I said, hey, we're not doing the celebration. I'm here. Why don't I meet you? I haven't seen you in so long. We'll catch up and let's go check out the decorations at Bellagio. I'll meet you there in the morning. And I knew as I pulled into the lot and got a parking space, tears started a little bit because the memories of my mom when she was going through radiation. I took her there one day. I said, Mom, after radiation, if you feel good. And she got all dressed, and I looked for the pictures and I can't find them when we went that day. So she said, yeah, she got all dressed. She always dressed very nice. And she had enough energy. We went, we saw the display. She walked into a shop. I remember wanting her to, she wanted to get my aunt that's still alive, she's 95. I believe it's a hummingbird or something that she saw in there. But she got hungry, and I knew her energy level wasn't going to stay very, high. Her energy was going to be drained, and she was getting hungry. So I saw Sidell's, and I said, we had eaten there one other time with my sister-in-law. It was great. So I said, you want to eat there? Well, of course, long line. So I went up just to find out how long the line was. And they told me about 30 minutes. And I said, oh, that's okay. And she said, I could put your name. I said, no, that's okay. My mom's here. She had radiation, and I don't know how much energy she has. We're local. We can just, that's okay. I said, I just don't know that she's going to make it 30 minutes and then eating and then getting her home. And she says, where is she? And there's another lady with the walker. And they said, no, we have her over there already. I said, no, that's not my mom. She's got her oxygen, her walker, whatever. And they said, where is she? Go get her right now. And they sat us right away. Okay. And this is where I'm going to talk about, too, how there's times you don't want to do things. Like, I don't want to right now get teary up, and I don't want to cry. Okay. It's like if I don't want to do the dishes, I don't. They sit in the sink for a day. Never 2 days. I've never left dishes in the sink 2 days. Just FYI. I don't want to take Rosie for a walk, so I don't. I don't want to go to the grocery store, so I don't right then. I don't want to cook. Usually my husband will cook. But the point is, when it's this grief thing, I don't want to right now get teary-eyed. I don't want to. It doesn't matter what you want when you're grieving. It's, as I'm learning in this grief Bible study class that I started to go to, I'm learning a lot, but the disruption that it causes, and that is not of God. In the garden, when God created Adam and Eve and everything was great, there was no grief. When sin entered, grief entered. The death entered. But then we're thankful, again, because of Jesus Christ, that we can live, right? So he made a way. But so I saw the Sidell's, I saw the line there, emotions came back. I walked up and I asked the lady, I asked the lady if there was an address that I could write a note to. And I said, explained to her what that day that my mom went in, and I know it was the same lady. I know it was. And I told her, I said, you guys were so kind. Thank you. And I got teary-eyed. And so I relayed to her how much that meant. And it's the holidays. And that I have this memory of kind people through this journey. When you have someone sick, or just through journey of life, and you have kind people, especially, Vegas is not about money. It's about getting them in and out. But they're truly kind people in this world and at that place. Then she says to me, because I'm already getting teary, and she said, let me call a manager so you can tell him. I'm like, I'm not going to be able to tell him this without breaking down. So he comes over and I just explained again. And I start crying more, and I let them know my mom had passed, but that I have these memories. He says, hold on to the good memories. Hold on to those memories. I said, I will. Who can I write? Just let them know wonderful people you have been. So he gave me a card, and I did write that letter, and I'll be sending it. But my point is, and then my friend's daughter gets her, and I kind of walked through the display and I waited for her. And she's like, hey, and it was so nice to see her, but she's like, how are you? It's good to see you. And I'm like, I wasn't good, right? And I just started crying a lot. She just gave me a hug. She says, come on, let's take a walk. And there's this area in Bellagio where you can walk around the place, and then all the meeting rooms and everything, no one's in there. But we did see a man with the little baby, so short and tiny, walking. Just some of the kids that I saw that day, just brings joy. But, okay, here we go. So I was thankful for her to just give me a hug, and we walked and we talked, and then we went through the display, and then we went and ate. We were hungry. We didn't eat at Sadel's. We went and I had to have tacos. But anyway, so I just want you to know that no matter what it is you're going through, there are kind people. And in grieving, I can reflect on, it's not all bad. There's good things, and the memories, and just how, like I said, kind, generally nice people. And my mom, I have pictures and I can't find them from that day, and it's bugging me. But anyway, it's always here in my heart, okay? But don't be afraid to say something to people. Like I went and said, my mom probably wouldn't make it that long. I didn't know. And boom, they jumped to the occasion. And they didn't have to. They didn't have to be so kind. And they were so nice at the table. And that brings tears to my eyes too, because of the kindness of people. When we can miss it so much, because sometimes we go into a store and we're not bombarded with kindness. People are in a hurry this time of year. And I've really just taken that time. I hardly go shopping anyway, but like even the last video of being at Ross, I'm not in a hurry. And this time with my dad and getting the house done and staged and everything, guess what? I had to drop off a bunch of stuff at a nursing home. We did donate supplies my mom had the day she died. Of course, hospice delivers this big box, but and you just donate that and give it and do everything. Helping others helps us. It really does. Sometimes we feel we have nothing left to give. That's okay too. Take your time, and just know you are loved always. And I'm doing a Jesus RX prescription for life 5 weeks on the prescription for love, for those feeling unloved, for those feeling like they don't matter, for those that don't even really probably know what true love is. We'll be covering that, and I'll send that out if you're interested. It'll be a Zoom on a Tuesday. Actually, I'm doing it on my mom's birthday, starting at January 13th. My mom, it's my sister's birthday too, January 13th. I'm starting it. We're doing it. We're going to talk about love, okay? So enjoy your day. May love surround you today.